Hello everyone, welcome back to Sacred Tarot by Nicole. I'm very excited to have you back on my channel here for today for tarot card readings for beginners. So Tarot Card Readings 101. So I've done a part 1 to this series. So this is going to be part 2 of tarot card readings for beginners. So by now I feel like you have gotten a little more comfortable. You're drawing one card a day. You've been able to connect with your deck. Maybe you have a few tarot decks now, and maybe even some oracle cards. So you've maybe started with oracle cards, as they are a little bit easier to read. I want to introduce my cards in the front here. So we have the oracle cards here and then the tarot cards here. So we can talk a little bit about the difference, and you've probably noticed the difference in the energy that comes off of the cards. Now oracle cards usually have a pretty direct message, and the tarot cards have a little more rules, or they're a little more complex when reading them. So the Work Your Light oracle card here, so Keeper of the Earth. Really beautiful illustrations here. Now, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. So that's a direct message of Keepers of the Earth. You're not alone. So you have people looking over you. You have your spiritual guides. So these are really nice cards to look at. I use them in my readings for tying a reading together. I use tarot cards for my readings, and then sometimes I'll incorporate an oracle card to really tie things together. As I really love oracle cards for that. They really tie things. They give more of a direct message, which is really nice. Not saying that tarot cards don't give a direct message, but there's just more to the tarot card. So these cards, the mermaid cards. So messages from the mermaids. Waiting. Very, very direct, very straightforward. So waiting, you're waiting for something, you're needing patience, you're needing to just wait and put something on hold and just let things happen naturally. So that's what I like about the oracle cards. And then let's see what this one says. Night Wind, Facing Fear, Subconscious Release, and Healing. So again, very direct messages. When you see a tarot card, they don't have anything written on them. So unless it's saying what it is. So the Nine of Cups. So the Nine of Cups, as a tarot card reader, you know the message that's coming with that. You know the message that is coming. So you know the energy that's coming off the card. I'm not channeling right now, so I don't have messages from Spirit. But once I'm in a reading, I have the messages from Spirit coming through specific to the person I'm doing a reading for. Now, that's why the tarot card readings on YouTube are more general, because it's not really directed at someone, but I'm picking up energies for people that are watching the videos. So it does work when it comes through. So I've been doing online readings, and it does work that way. So the energies do come through, and Spirit does send messages. That's what I really love about. I'm going to jump right into messages from Spirit. This is something I really didn't understand for a long time about. I thought it was the energy from the other person, and possibly, well, no, I knew I shut off my energy and I wouldn't let any of my energy come through on the readings. But I always thought it was just the energy of the other person, but it's actually messages from Spirit coming through for that person. So that they're using me as a vessel to explain what the cards are trying to tell them, and to help with their life path with this reading. So that's just a little bit about. I didn't really understand what spirit guides were, or messages from Spirit. So that kind of is little explanations. There's probably stuff that I don't know that I will maybe learn, and that's what I love about the occult, about energy, about the universe, is there's just always so much to learn. And even tarot card readings, there is things that I'm learning. Anyways, back to tarot cards for beginners. So now you're more at an intermediate state. Maybe you have been pulling cards, you've been doing readings for friends, you've been maybe doing a couple readings at parties, maybe journaling a bit, maybe really connecting with your deck and connecting with the cards. Now, I do want to mention reversals and jumping cards. So reversals, when you see a card reversed in a reading, it is either the opposite of what it would be upright, has a negative indication, or it's something that you're working on. And a lot of the time, it's something that someone's working on, which I really feel when it comes out in the reading. And also, there's jumping cards. So that's your subconscious thoughts coming through that are really trying to send you messages, and messages from Spirit. So messages from Spirit are really jumping, and it's something that they really want you to know, and or your energy, your subconscious is really wanting you to know. So I want to mention something that you know, there's a misconception with reversals that it's always negative. It's not. So we do have some cards that are in the tarot deck that are a bit negative, and it just means something that you're trying to work on or something that's going on in your life. And for example, the Five of Cups. Now, the Five of Cups can mean there's a loss of some kind or some kind of situation where you've lost something, and you know you're contemplating, you're looking at the spilt wine. You can see he's looking and he's like, I'm confused. I don't know my way forward. I don't know where to go from here. When card is reversed, it's like you figured it out. There's a new perspective. There's new things on the horizon. You've taken a really crappy situation and you've turned it into something positive. So that's why I say that it's not always negative when you see reverse cards. So don't worry, when you see reverse cards, there could be a lot of positivity and a lot of good things that are coming. And reversals, I always feel like it's just stuff that you're working on if it is in a negative position. Now, that takes quite a while to read reverse cards because it's already overwhelming trying to study tarot and understand every card and understand the emotions of every card that comes up. What I recommend, even in the intermediate phase, that to not read with reverse cards and to wait. And even the subconscious, like the jumping cards, actually I feel like you can incorporate the jumping cards. The jumping cards are all right because I feel like that you will be able to pick up on the energy of that card. So I want to talk about a few of the layouts that I use. So for my private readings, for my one-on-one readings, I use the Celtic Cross. It's a very traditional layout. It's 10 cards, and it gets into like a lot of the aspects of your life. Now, sometimes only one or two things come through, but it really focuses on different things: work, career, family life, everything that you may have some questions about, because you might not just have one question. Usually, generally, if someone just has one question, I would recommend a general layout, and that is a 4-card layout. So when I was working in the farmer's market, I had my own tent. A lot of people came to me for general readings, and that's just a quick, almost like a yes or no answer that they're coming for. So it's past, present, and future, and how you're feeling in life. So this book, again, I want to bring it up, Sarah Bartlett. So the Tarot Bible. In the back of the book, you'll see all kinds of different layouts. So I have the traditional Celtic cross here. It's, can you see that? Yeah. So the traditional Celtic cross, the layout there. Once you get to a point of being able to feel all the cards, you want to be able to feel the layout as well. So in the certain positions, so say position 1, when you put that card down, and you wouldn't read it until the end because you want to look at all the cards, you want to see what's coming through, and especially if people have very specific questions, you want that to come out right away. You want to see that, and there's a style to it, a style to your reading that you are going to figure out and that you are going to create. No one can tell you that. No one can tell you what kind of a tarot card reader you're going to be. This is Tarot Card Basics. This is Tarot Card 101. But the layouts are very important. I have seen tarot card readers that just lay out their cards on a table. Here, I'm just going to show you quickly. I'll just do it back here. So I've seen them. This is very popular. This is very popular. And then you pick a card and say you draw, there's 2 cards here. The 7 of Cups and the 8 of Cups here. So that's actually very interesting because one's turning around and one is having too much choice in front of them. So pulling those 2 cards, the tarot card reader would be able to now pick up messages of what they've pulled. And I do really believe in the person that is getting the reading to touch the cards. That is a little difficult when you're doing virtual readings. I do have a little technique that I do, but I'll save that little secret for my personal readings. So that is a way some readers do it. And now you figure out what way works for you. That's very important, is your unique style is going to come out into your readings. So this book is great to show you the different layouts, the zodiac layout, the gypsy layout, the year ahead, There's all kinds of things. So pick a card readings too are different as well, because you choose the pile that you are most drawn to. That is also a different layout. But again, that comes with time and developing your skills and your unique skills and your unique way of doing a reading. Now there's a couple more points I just want to point out, is that one thing that's very important is being confident in your abilities. Going into a reading is really important. And that's why I believe in practicing with your friends, asking for feedback. I still ask for feedback. I still say to my friends, what do you think worked? What do you think didn't? It's good. I'm ever growing, ever learning, ever evolving. And that's a very important thing for my life journey. Now, also, when you do a reading, keep it confidential. It's very important that we keep things confidential, because people are exposing themselves to you, and they're probably going to tell you a lot of things about their life that they don't want other people to know. So confidentiality is very, very important. And know your stuff going into a reading. I remember when my first days in the market, I didn't know what my tarot deck was, like who the illustrator was. I would blanked completely, and it made me look so not credible. I was not credible at that moment, and that person walked away. I didn't know what my tarot deck was. My tarot deck that I had for 20 years. I had totally forgotten who the illustrator was. I could not believe that I forgot her name, Mary Hanson Roberts. So make sure you go into your tarot card readings with confidence and making sure you know your stuff. And, we all will make mistakes. I have had times where I just could not get a reading done for somebody because I felt like the other person may have been blocked, or they came in. I'm not going to really go into details, but if the person's not alone, that can really affect a reading as well, because they may want to deny things. So there is all kinds of challenges that come with it, but it is ultimately so rewarding to help people with their guidance and just, what comes through on the cards. Sometimes people are looking for answers, and this is a great way. Not saying, again, we're not medical professionals, we don't give legal advice, but it's a beautiful way for people to really put some insight into their lives. And that's why I really love doing tarot card readings. And I really hope that this helped you, and that I made you a part 3 to this, when, for maybe the tarot card readings, like on a professional level of how I do tarot card readings. And I'll give my unique way of doing a professional tarot card reading. But for now, I want to leave it at that. And if you have any more questions, please drop a comment below. I would love to hear from you. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up or subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Sacred Tarot.